Hey guys, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube using the Ortega method. Now there's a couple things you might want to know before you start solving the 2x2 using the Ortega method. The first off is that you will probably want to be color neutral, or at least be comfortable with it, by the time you start using the Ortega method. You don't have to be, but it's recommended. In this tutorial, I will just be using white and yellow. White being the bottom face and yellow being the top face. So you won't have to worry about that if you're not color neutral. So let's go ahead and get started. All of the notation is the same. So let's get started. For the first step in solving the 2x2 Rubik's Cube using the Ortega method, you want to correctly solve the first layer. So we're going to go ahead and start off with white. And really we can make any face our white face. And we have two white bars right here. So I'll just go ahead and make this our white face. So what we can do is, all we need to do is just rotate this piece over so we can move it up like this. And then, to get this piece up here, we can simply rotate it out of the way. Bring this side up. Move the white corner back over and bring it back down. So now as you look on the bottom face here, you're going to notice immediately that these corners are not the same color. And when you're solving the 2x2 using the Ortega method, this is one of the cases you might run into. So you do not have to worry about correctly solving your corners. You can just leave it how it is. The second step in solving the 2x2 Rubik's Cube is to solve this top layer here, or orient the corners. Now there are quite a few different cases you might have when you're doing this, and I will go over all of them in this tutorial. Now the first one here is a pretty simple one, and this is called the Soon algorithm. And what it is it's basically, there's one corner piece on the top layer, and there's one corner piece facing you. Now this is the exact same as the Soon algorithm on the 3x3. As you can see here, we have one corner, only one yellow corner that's on the top layer, and we have one yellow corner facing us. This is the exact same on the 2x2. So we're just going to go ahead and do the same algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that solves our first case for the OLL. For the second case here, we have pretty much the same thing, except the only difference is that the yellow corner switched from being here, and now it's here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hold the cube so that the yellow corner on the yellow face is on the right side here, and the yellow corner facing us is on the left side. And this is the same case as you have on the 3x3 right here. As you can see here, we have one yellow corner piece on the top layer here, and there are no other yellow corner pieces solved. And you have one yellow corner piece here facing us. So it's the same case, and you would do the same algorithm. So for this one, you would make sure you want to hold it correctly, and then do this algorithm. L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime. So we have solved that second case. Okay, number 3. We have two yellow corner pieces that are next to each other, forming this bar on the yellow face. And we have on the left side one yellow corner piece that is facing us, and one in the back. So we're going to want to hold our cube just like this, and as you will see here, it's the same case yet again as another 3x3 OLL case. We have these two corners forming this bar, and then we have one yellow corner piece facing us on the left, and one in the back. So it's the same case. So we're going to do the same algorithm, and that algorithm is R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. So we have solved this OLL case. Alright, so for our next case here, we have two corners that are solved, except they are diagonal from each other, and then we have two corners that are not solved. The way you can tell what case this is that you have one yellow corner piece facing you on the left, and one on the back layer here, facing to the right. Now this is the same case as on the 3x3. This is sometimes referred to as the triple soon algorithm, or when you do the soon 3 times. Now we aren't going to do the same algorithm as we went on 3x3 on this case, but that's okay, because we just need to solve the corners and not the edges. So the algorithm is, with holding the diagonal pieces from left to right, left in the top and right in the bottom, and having one yellow corner piece facing you on the left side, we're doing this algorithm. F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. So we've solved that OLL case. Okay, so for our next case here, we have a yellow bar up in the top face here, and then we have one on the left. Now we're going to hold our cube just like this, and this is the same case on a 3x3, like this. We have the yellow bar on the left, and then we have the 2 yellow corner pieces forming this bar on the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do this algorithm. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So that solves this OLL case. Alright, for our next OLL case here, we have no yellow pieces on the yellow face. We have 2 to the left, making a bar, 1 facing us on the right, and 1 opposite of that on the back. So holding our cube just like this, we're going to recognize that this is the same thing on the 3x3. We have 2 corners here on the left, 1 on the right facing us, and then 1 on the back. So it's the same case, and so we would do the same algorithm. And this algorithm is R, U2, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, R2, U2, R. So that solves that OLL case. So for this next and final OLL case, we have, once again, there are no yellow corner pieces on the yellow face. We have a bar to the left and a bar to the right. This is how we want to hold our cube when we do this algorithm. Now this is the same case as that on a 3x3, where we have 2 yellow corner pieces to the left and 2 to the right. So we do the same algorithm. This is sometimes referred to as the double soon. So let's go ahead and do this algorithm. It is R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So that solves that final OLL case. There are 5 cases in what is called PBLL, which stands for permute both layers. So what we're going to do here is, this is the first case, and we have pretty much what is known as a T permutation. Now, a T permutation on the 3x3 looks like this. It is when you have 2 corners solved to the left, and 2 corners that are not solved on the right. So we're going to go ahead and do that same thing on the 2x2. We have the 2 corners that are solved on the left, we have one that is not solved on the right, and the other that is not solved on the right in the back. So with yellow as our up face, we're going to go ahead and do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And so that should solve our 2x2. Okay, so for the second OLL case here, or PBLL case, we have 2 corners that are swapped. So this corner needs to go back here, and this corner needs to go over here. Now this is the same case as on 3x3. As we can see here, this corner needs to go back here, and this corner needs to go over here. So we do the same algorithm. So the algorithm is, with holding yellow as your up face, and the corner that needs to be swapped on the right side, we do this algorithm. F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. So that's a pretty long algorithm, but it does solve this PBL case in just one. Okay, so for the last three cases here, the first one is when you have one bar on the top that has the correct colors and one bar on the bottom that has the same colors. Now, as you can see here, none of the other pieces are matched up. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to match these two bars so that they're on the same face. Now, these two bars can be the same color, it's just that in this case they are not. So what we're going to want to do is we want to make sure that the two bars are facing us, and we're going to go ahead and do this algorithm. R2, U prime, B2, U2, R2, U prime, R2, and then sometimes you might have to do a U or a U prime, but that's the algorithm. Okay, so for this next case here, we have one bar on the top, but there are no other bars on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that this bar is facing us. It doesn't matter what pieces are on the bottom, but we just want to make sure that it's facing us. And then with yellow as our up face, we can do this algorithm. R, U prime, R, F2, R prime, U, R prime. So that is it for that PBL case. Okay, so for this last case here, this is probably the simplest case in all of the cubes that you might run into here. We have simply 3 moves to solve this case. All you have to do is put this in checkerboard pattern is just to do a U2. So this is basically 3 moves. This is what it looks like if you just did it regularly. That's how fast it is. So this algorithm is really simple. And the algorithm is, with making sure that yellow is your up face, this algorithm. R2, B2, R2. And that solves this case. Now another way you can do this case to make it a little bit easier perhaps, is you can rotate the cube up as you're doing the R2, like this. So that way the B, instead of being your back face, is now your up face. And then you can just go ahead and rotate the left side. So it can look something like this. Very simple. So those are all of the PBL cases. Alright guys, so that's about it for this tutorial. I hope you guys were able to understand the Ortega method and will hopefully be able to learn it. Let me know of any way I can improve my tutorials in the future and what videos I should make next. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button down below. And please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it.